You go out in January, and HQ2 would be a nice way to go out, wouldn't it?
Well, it would. I mean, we've obviously been excited to be in the conversation with Amazon. Like everybody else, we're part of a non-disclosure agreement, so we can't talk too much. But I actually have been impressed with the way they've done the process, kind of the thoughtful, data-driven, but also human-driven way that they've approached the issue. You
said that as recently as a couple of weeks ago, you're still in talks with them, which not all the cities apparently can say. What can you give us any insight into what they're asking, what you're telling them?
Well, I really can't, except they're asking all the questions you think you'd be for a project of this size in terms of the availability of talent, where we would be in terms of providing the workforce, and I think they're being very mindful of their impact on the community they're coming into as well. So again, we'll see. I don't know anything that you don't know about their selection, but again, I've been impressed that they're being thoughtful both for what works for them, but also that they realize wherever they go, they're going to have a huge impact, and they want to make certain they've thought that out well.
So what's the case that you're making in a nutshell?
Well, I think two or three things. Tennessee's in a great position on the map. You know, we've gained about 500,000 net new jobs in the last 8 years. A lot of that because people realize how well they can reach their customers from here. Number two, it's a great work environment. We have the lowest taxes and lowest debt per capita in the country, and people realize that we value business here, and we appreciate people making a capital investment. And then also the quality of life. I mean, if you talk to a whole lot of people who move here and say, man, I didn't know how great it would be until I came here, but this is a great place for my family and I.
All right, so let's go through some of that, because as you know, we also do report cards using that top states for business data, and we've graded Nashville pretty strong overall, B+, A+ for population, you got that down, A- for stable business friendly environment, it is business friendly, as you said, the economy is good, B+ for location, infrastructure is pretty good, and all of that. Where we ding you though is talent, a C-. Some of that is because you talked about the workforce, but the lowest concentration of STEM workers out of any of the 20 finalist cities, and some issues of quality of life, crime, inclusiveness, things like that. Do we have a point?
Well, obviously would quibble some, but we've actually started addressing that. So several years ago, we announced our drive to 55, effort to have 55% of our population have a degree or certificate by 2025. The big piece of that is what we call the Tennessee Promise. We're the first state that says for anybody, if you've graduated from high school and don't have a degree, we'll provide you 2 years free of community college or technical school, even if you're 60 years old and hadn't been to school in 42 years. So we're attacking that, and then we're putting a lot more money and dollars into the STEM areas, whether it be engineering in our 4-year schools or specific trade-type skills in our technical schools and in our high schools.
You said you're in a non-disclosure agreement about what your bid is. That's been subject of some debate here. You know that there are states that are offering a lot of money to a lot of companies. Look at Wisconsin and Foxconn. What can you tell people to say that you're not going to give away the store to get Amazon here? You know,
I look at this just like a business does. It's return on investment. So we can measure what's the capital investment, what are the number of jobs, average wages. We can calculate what that means to the state and then say, is this a good long-term return? So we feel like we've been very competitive with some large projects and won more than our fair share of it. But I don't think we've done it in a way that people would go, well, hold on a minute, you're robbing from our schools to do that. I mean, Tennessee 35 years ago attracted the first really direct foreign investment from auto manufacturer when Nissan came here. And because of that, we're one of the largest automotive-related states. But if we hadn't have done that, that wouldn't have ever happened. So you do have to go out and play offense, because it's you can't just sign a unilateral disarmament and say we're not going to play. But we've always done it with that sense of, is this a good return on investment for our shareholders, which happen to be 6.6 million Tennesseans?
Bill Haslam, 49th governor of the state of Tennessee. We will see what happens. Amazon has promised a decision this year, and there's only a couple months of this year left. A reminder, all of our report cards for the 20 finalists at topstates.cnbc.com.